What if I told you that up to 90% of your success depends on 10% of what you do on a daily basis? Today, we're going to look at the hidden pattern behind Amazon's huge success and how you too can copy the success and identify your 10% in order for you to take your business to the next level. All right? You don't want to miss this one. Dimitri, let's get right into it. In 1906, an economist by the name of Vilfredo Pareto out of Italy identified that close to 80%, the number could not be 80% exactly, but up to 80% of the real estate in his country was owned or in the hands of only about 20% of the people. And then after observing that, he went on to extrapolate and look at different areas of life. And he came to realize that yes, a huge portion of what we do on a daily basis comes from about 20% of what we do. In other words, 80% of our result is actually owned by the action or triggered by the action of only about 20%. And he went on to apply this to many different areas, and this thing came to be known today in the books of history and economy as the Pareto principle. And when it comes to the world of business, experts have actually gone on to say that yes, in business, it's even actually more brutal. It's not about 20%, about 10%. 90% of the result you get as a business come from about 10% of your resource or 10% of the key players as far as your team is concerned. In other words, your Chicago Bull teams, its result is determined by the action of 10% of the core people, such as the Michael Jordan, the Scottie Pippen, and the Dennis Rodman of your team. If you can identify these people, these triumvirates, this trinity of people, as far as your business is concerned, you're going to find a way then to fine-tune your operation and actually start taking your result from wherever they are all the way to the next step. That's basically where in the world of business this came to actually be known. So the 90-10 principle. How does this apply to you? Before we get to that, let me just talk about a very interesting story. The very first time I had access to a computer and was actually on the internet was in 1996, about 29 years ago. A couple of years before that, more specifically in 1994, a young man by the name of Jeff Bezos had approached a company known as Barnes & Noble and wanted to pitch an idea to them about what he was seeing as a future. The future he was seeing was basically where people will be buying things online, more specific books online. He had a meeting with the top people from Barnes & Noble. They had a dinner. And after he pitched the idea to them, they laughed at him. They simply say, yeah, your idea is not going to go anywhere. And guess what? That was about 30 years ago. He saw something that most of us did not see. And he launched a business known as Amazon. His primary focus was how to sell books online. But as he started selling books online, he realized that he could take this 10% mastery as far as how to distribute books online and apply it to different areas of life. And before you know it, he was now able to create a completely different economy where things could be moved online. And before you know it, he had developed this huge infrastructure that's now moving not just only books, but products all over the place as far as the world is concerned. And in doing so, he has basically overshadowed, he has basically obliterated the result that Barnes & Noble and many other companies that have simply rely on the old-fashioned way of doing things, the brick and mortar, by simply now creating something completely ridiculous when it comes to distribution and showing you that the 90-10 principle is definitely something to be taken seriously. Now, back to you. As far as you are concerned, I say you are a business. You have to put your name and simply add behind that Inc. Why? Because at the end of the day, The way you run your life is actually a business operation. So what you have to do is you have to go back to the drawing board and simply try to map out your day on a daily basis. From the moment you wake up until when you go to bed, what is it that you do exactly and how much time you spend when it comes to each operation. And do that for about 7 days. That's your first step. And as you map basically your daily operation, you go now to have a clear idea as to where exactly you actually allocate your resources on a daily basis and how ultimately these resources allocation are actually helping you produce the type of result you're looking for, or if there's a way for you to automate some of them or to delegate some of them in order for you to focus on your 10% that's going to yield a tremendous result when it comes to your ROI or your return on investment. That's your first step, because once you do that, you're going to come to realize that at the end of the day, success is not so much about working harder. Success as far as 2025 is not going to be about working harder. Success as far as 2025 is concerned, it's not even about going to the gym, signing up for membership, gym membership. No, my friend. Success simply is going to be about finding a way to look at the 10% that you simply not paying attention to, that's clogging your operation. And once you identify that, once you identify exactly what your 10% is and how you can fine tune that particular area, my friend, slowly but surely you're going to become the Jeff Bezos of your own operation, because you're going to take things from where they are now all the way to the next level, the way that it should be. Again, as far as this particular presentation is concerned, I've also put together a template. I've also put together something that can help you map up your day on a daily basis, how to map up your operation on a weekly basis, and how you can identify the key things that are clogging the flow of your operation and take you where you are now all the way to the next step. Because as I keep telling people that work with me, we are all designed to be rivers of living water. We are all designed to be rivers of living water for our community. And this is not just some kind of a spiritual cliche. It is the truth. We are all designed to be rivers of living water. And if and when we come to a place where we are not living up to that potential, it's because somewhere we have let a pile of stones clog the flow of water, and we have to identify where the blockage is. We have to remove those stones and to make sure that we're going to now find the 10% that's going now to help the output increase and let everything else be handled by someone else. Because when you start focusing on your core potential, when you start focusing on your core genius, when you start focusing on the things that make you different as far as what you do is concerned, slowly but surely, the 90% of output is simply going to be manifested to us. And before you know, you're going to become now the river of living water that we are all looking for as far as what you do, what you are called to be is concerned. All right? If you like this presentation, my friend, and you like to see more presentation like this, my friend, just make sure you like this video, leave a comment in the comment section, let me know what you're working on, and make sure to subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell so next time we put together a video, you can be amongst the first one to see. All right, much love everyone. The best is yet to come. But now for the best to manifest, you and I have to be intentional when it comes to living up to our potential by identifying exactly how we can unclog our life and focus on what makes us exceptional in order for us to increase the output and become the Jeff Bezos of our own operation. Take good care.